Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just wanted to go over some CO2 DIY CO2 generators with you today. So there's two different types I'm going to show you. I'm going to be showing you a yeast and sugar CO2 generator, and then I'm also going to show you how to make a vinegar and baking soda generator. Both the byproducts of yeast and the vinegar and baking soda are both CO2. So that's really what there is to that. Let's go ahead and move on. So I first started by filling up my jugs. I have them about halfway full of water. I'm going to add 4 scoops of sugar, 4 cups of sugar to each one. Making messes comes with it. There's 4 in that one. Now this is warm water, just to help dissolve the sugar. You want the water to be somewhat warm when you add the yeast into it to activate it. And all I'm using for a funnel is I took a water bottle and cut it in half. It fits in the top just right. Now these CO2 generators won't add nearly what you would actually want to put in your room. You know, you want your ppms to usually be probably around like 1,000 and 1,200. This just helps out a little bit. Lost count. Might have already put 4 of them. I'm gonna go ahead and add one more. Now this funnel is not exactly foolproof. You can see that made quite a bit of a mess all over the floor, but that's okay. Just gonna take some lids. Now some of the other lids I already have made, but I'm gonna show you guys a little bit. Shake it around, get all that sugar dissolved. And like I said, you don't want the water too warm because it will kill the yeast is bacteria, so it'll kill the bacteria, the yeast, and it won't produce any CO2 for you. So we're basically baking. This is a couple more steps and you'd be making alcohol in a sense right now. So just shake them up real good, take the lids back off. I just use this, it's active dry yeast. And all I use is a little, almost a tablespoon. And that's all you need. Let's go ahead and put our lids on again. I like to do a quick shake. Now you'll notice if I actually leave the lid on, it starts blowing up. That's it already producing. Now after you've mixed the yeast and sugar, I can just call these sugar generators. I know they're CO2 generators, but it's a sugar generator. The yeast feeds off the sugar, producing CO2. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your lid. Now I normally just use a knife. And I'll go into the middle here. And I'll just keep spinning and spinning. Oop. Trying to do this one hand is kind of hard. Do a little bit from the inside, just kind of stretching the plastic. As you can see, it's not a very big hole I'm putting in it. Okay. Very small hole. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of tubing. You know, I have mine probably about 2 to 3 feet long. Pretty decent size. And this is an example. So with that little hole you already have, all I do is just press the tubing straight through the lid, and because you don't make that hole very big, it just seals up perfectly. And then just want to screw the lid on, and you can take this in and you can stick it up inside your fan, and your fan will help circulate it through the room. Now with this, and that's all there is to the sugar generator, is you just yeast, sugar. Put a hole in your lid, and don't fill your jug up too much, because if you do, once that yeast starts eating on the sugar, sometimes it kind of makes a foam in there, and it'll come way up and out the tube and make a big mess. So you don't want to do that. Just keep it about halfway full. Now with this one, you want 2 different bottles, and reason being, whenever you put vinegar and baking soda together, the reaction expands rapidly, and if you don't do it like this, it could create a huge mess as well. So all I've done is took a water bottle. Usually you want to use more like a Sprite bottle, soda bottle, something that can hold pressure a little more. And then I just used a milk jug, and I didn't super glue it, I hot glued the bottle to the side of the milk jug. So I don't really have any vinegar. I'm not going to really necessarily do this one. I'm just going to go over it with you. So you want to fill it probably a quarter of the way to halfway full of vinegar. And what you're going to do is you can take a piece of toilet paper and put like 3 to 4 tablespoons inside of it, roll it up, and that's going to be your charge for this. So what you do is you're going to have your bottle lid, and you're going to have the lid for the top here. So what you want to do is, once this one's in here, I'll kind of set this up for you so you guys can see. one-handed again, just trying to hard here. So you just want to take the tubing, you just want to press it through the hole. Oh, you son of a... Let's try the other end. Might have to make the... Oh, there it goes. See? Press through. Pretty snug in there. Not going anywhere. So with this one, what you want to do is you want to get your water bottle cap. Sorry about the counter getting ready to sound all this down and redo them. Now on the water bottle lid, you want to make 2 holes in it. Using the knife isn't very safe, but I don't want to have to go get my drill and everything. So again, I just make a hole like that. So my water bottle lid just has 2 holes in it. Come back over here. Put the first lid back on. Now this first one, when you run it over to the water bottle here, we're going to put it in that first hole, and you want it to run almost all the way down to the bottom of the bottle. Kind of take a quick measurement, pull the lid back off. We're going to stick it through this one right here. And we want to pull it through, as you can see, like this. Stick it all the way down in there. So you'll have from there to inside the bottle. And then you're going to run another piece of tubing just right into the cap, about that far. So we'll go ahead and take the cap off again. Stick the other tube. It's barely in it. Tighten that one on. Tighten that one on, and so this is what you're gonna come out looking like. You're gonna have a tube right into the jug, all the way down into the bottom of the bottle, and then another one that's barely pressed out coming out the top here. And that one you'll run to your fan again, or however you'd like to do it. Usually with this kind of CO2 generator though, you can't really hook it up to the fan because you do have to put the charges in it. And so all you do with that is you just unscrew this. Like I said, you'll have it about a quarter to halfway full of vinegar, usually just distilled white vinegar or whatever. And then once you do that, you'll just get the toilet paper with, that's how I do it at least, with toilet paper, put a 3 to 4 tablespoons of baking soda in it and drop it in there and put your lid on real quick before it starts reacting. And then, like I said, the baking soda mixing with vinegar expands and has, foams up, and it'll come back, and this bottle is basically, it catches the fluid down in the bottle and allows the CO2 to come out the other hose. So that's really all I got for you today. And again, these are just DIY CO2 generators. They don't produce very much, but they do help a little bit. Not extreme like having a CO2 tank or something. But other than that, y'all have a good one. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment.